This is my Chunkman account. With a mere chunk in his possession and a dream in his heart, he began his quest to conquer the vast expanse of old-school RuneScape's landmass. He started his journey from humble beginnings in Lumbridge, but with an arsenal of custom tasks, he has faced and overcome countless challenges. His journey has taken him through the trials of total level grinding, epic quests, mysterious clues, and perilous encounters with fearsome bosses, all in order to unlock new chunks of land. Now halfway through the journey, the road ahead may be paved with even greater challenges, but with each obstacle overcome, he moves closer to his goal. So welcome to the second half of Chunkman DDK. Last episode we only unlocked one chunk, as we did the Beneath Cursed Sands quest, which was a quite long quest. Our map did expand with a good chunk because of it, as we've unlocked the southeastern part of the Lava Dragon Isle, where we can also find the entrance to Vettian's lair. With the quest now out of the way, it is finally time to try our hand at our first raid. Look at that! The entrance is now unblocked. Let's go in. And then we get a little cutscene with Maiza again. And with that, we can now finally do our first run from the Tombs of Mascot. There is a lot of things that are going on here. First of all, if we complete one run on entry level mode, so on the level 0 raid level, we don't actually get a kill count credit that counts for a high score page, because there is no high score page for the Tombs of a Mascot entry mode. So that's one thing that is not possible here. But what is possible here is that we have combat achievements. So we have 5 in total. I'm not sure how many we can already do, but if we get 4, that would be a task completed as well. For now, I won't actually focus on completing the combat tasks just yet, because probably the easiest thing we can now do is the mini quest that is now unlocked, which is Into the Tombs. We need to go into the tombs, clear it once, and that should complete this mini quest. So that's going to be our next task completion to get another chunk. For the raids themselves, I'm going to do raids solo from level 0 to level 150. And if we have completed our 150 raid level, then I will unlock the possibility to do raids with a bigger team on higher invocations. This to make sure that we just don't get carried, and it would lessen the accomplishment of actually completing a run. So let's gear up. We're going to need a lot of gear. I'm not really sure if it is even possible to do it with our gear and our stats, but let's see. Alright, I think this is going to be it. We have some brews with us, some super restore, some prayer potions, some buffs, a magic switch, a melee switch, and we have some broad bolts to switch from our ruby bolts, because I don't really want to waste all of the ruby bolts on the normal enemies. And then just some basic ranged gear, a bit of a hybrid setup. I really don't know what this is going to do, but let's see. Let's go in. We have a raid with a raid level 0, so we can retry as many times as we want. So let's enter. And there we go. A raid has started. We can see 4 rooms. And I think the rooms that are the most dangerous are the Path of Head. And now that I think of it, we should have brought a pickaxe for the head part, but we'll do it with a bronze pickaxe. I don't think that will be a big issue. And the other part of Apmeken, I think these two are going to be the most difficult. Definitely the part of head, because there is, on one hand, there is chip damage, on the other hand, there are DPS checks. So that might be really difficult with this setup. But let's start with the Path of Krondis. That should be one of the easiest, as we just need to use some ranged. First of all, we have the puzzle room. We take up a water container. We go to one of the pots, and as soon as the spike retract from the first statue, we just run to the end, and normally you shouldn't get hit. And then same thing here. When it retracts, you just run through. And we have our first 100 water here. And then we go to the other side and we pretty much do the same thing. There are some crocodiles, so let's kill them first. If we can actually hit, come on. We're gonna drop under 100, right? Yes, we do. Okay, so we'll need another 2 runs. I think it's probably faster to do just the 2 runs instead. And there we go. That's the puzzle room completed. We did get a little damaged. And before we actually do the crocodile, I think I will use a Cerebro just for the defense. And then we go in. Let's put up some prayer to do more damage. And the black things that he throws at us are a ranged prayer, and the other one, the red things, are magic. And now comes the puzzle. We'll probably have to push this one. Or not. This might be an issue. Yeah. I think I'll just take the poison damage. Well, that was kind of a shit show. And I forgot my anti-poison. Okay, that's great. That's just great. Okay, second special attack. Some waves are coming. We just need to make sure that we are in the safe spot here. Back to this puzzle. Okay, now at least we've gotten an easier one. Should be coming in a little bit faster now, because it's the last phase. And there we go, that's the back down. With that, the smaller deity is freed again. Onto the second room, Pot of Scabarus. We again get one puzzle, and I'm going to check if we can do the easier ones, but the draw distance isn't really helping. Okay, this is the hard one, so we have to start here. For this one, we need to make sure that all the things are lit up. So that's an easy fix. Then we need to go to the other side because the door has opened over there. This is a Simon Says puzzle. So first one, okay. And there we go. Now onto the other side for the last puzzle. This is just a memory puzzle, so nothing that difficult. There we go. Onto the boss itself. For this, we have brought our Charis Partisan. And let's switch to the Fire Cape as well. Let's drink our supersets. And let's get in. We will have to dodge these balls that Kefri is throwing at us. And if we see the flies around us, it means there is going to be a row of dung. So we just need to avoid that. Okay, first health bar down. A minion spawned. The ranged minion, and that's dealt with. That was an easy one. And now the black eggs are the ones that will pop out some small minions that I really don't want to deal with. And there we go. Next phase down, we get a soldier and a mage carib. Okay, that's the mage down. Now also the melee one. Okay. There goes the shields. Now it's on to the boss. Only 80 health. This should be very easy to kill it. There we go. That's already at the end of the fight. And now we can talk to Scabarus, the second demigod. And he is free as well. Now, the most important thing, the helpful spirit. It will offer us some items to make it a little bit easier in this raid. And what we are pretty much looking for is the smelling salts. We only need 2 and liquid adrenaline, which halves the special attack requirements, like for example for the dragon dagger we have. I don't think I want this. I think having a little bit more of healing would be better. So I'm going to take the chaos route here. And then we go to the Path of Head. We will need to take the bronze pickaxe here. Hopefully next time I don't forget to bring the rune one here. Back to the puzzle room. We need to redirect the beam the caster statue is putting out into the shield statue. So for this puzzle, I think we're going to go from down below. Let's push the mirror in place. Let's gather around to destroy head seal. And how many damage do we do? 7, okay. This might be doable in 3 or 4 tries. And there we go, finally the seal after 4 puzzles has been destroyed. And now probably the most difficult demi-boss. Let's already change this from open supplies to resupply. Then withdraw 1 salt, 1 tears of validness and 1 nectar. So brew, super restore and buffing item. The boss starts with magic that we need to do, so let's change that. Our spell is done. Okay. Let's salt up and let's see if we can do this, as this is a fairly big DPS check. Oh, and now we need to kill the things here. He changed style. This is the DPS check because if this fills to the brim, we get damaged. But if this guardian is not here, okay, that was pretty quickly. I'm actually very surprised about that. Okay, changes again, now to melee. It was black. Okay. Now we can only damage Akka in this part of the arena. Oh, this is going to be close. Come on, hit. And yeah, we get damaged. But the damage wasn't actually that bad. I thought this was going to be way worse. Let's stand still here for a while. He just changed. So we will leave black orbs if we move now, but okay, let's go. We will have to move because this is filling pretty quickly. Okay, last shadow down. Now it should be smooth sailing for the rest. Last part of the fight, let's pray magic. We should not need to avoid these little orbs. They do a little bit of damage, but I think we can out-heal it. It only hits for a 10. And there we go. That's already the fight down. That didn't go as smooth as I wanted it to, but it was good enough. Let's now talk to Head. also freed now. That's 3 out of 4. Onto the path of Atmacan. We have way too many supplies left. But this room is pretty much kill all of the waves of minions. They have range minions, mage minions, and melee minions, together with some special ones like poison and exploding monkeys. Then every once in a while we will need to pour in one of these potions into these vents or repair the roof to not get damaged. But we pretty much have way too many supplies, so I'll have to drop something when we go in. Look at that, that's a roof that needs to be fixed. Oh yeah, I forgot about those. There are summoners as well, the shamans. They summon these little small trolls. These are the bombs. I will tag these, because those are really annoying if you don't see them coming. And that should be it. Did we clear the challenge? Yes, okay. Just a little bit of prayer and a little bit of health we lost, but that's why we do have the nectar and the tears here. Now for the last demi-boss, the undead monkey, we will be using our melee setup to damage him. Let's use some of the smelling salts again to boost up, and let's get in. We just need to be careful, because if he does that, we need to get out of the way. And if that happens, we also need to make sure we are out of the way, and these monkeys are really annoying. Definitely as he does that. And okay, now he jumps and he will spit out some boulders. I'm not sure if we can one-hit these, the broken ones, but let's see. Yes, we can. Okay, that's a good thing. We can skip these boulders, but I'm not going to actually try, because I don't want to take the damage if I don't do it correctly. Okay, back to the boss. Only 10 health left, we're almost there. And there we go. That's Baba down, the last one of the demigods. Let's talk to Atmacan, as he is now free. We can get some additional supplies from the Helping Spirit. And this only has 1 ambrosia now, which is actually quite annoying, because the ambrosia is pretty much your panic button, and we will probably need it. But okay, I guess we'll have to do with 1. Now, the only thing that remains is to go in further into the tombs and to check where a mascot is. In the next room we can find her with an obelisk and 2 wardens. Lindis was warden and Tumican's warden. Let's talk to Mascot to see what's going on here. Mascot is ready for a fight. He says both weapons here, the wardens, have given him enough power to become a god. So let's test that theory, I guess. Let's start the final challenge. Let's soak up a little bit damage over here, because that will be necessary, and let's attack the obelisk. I'm actually not sure how many damage I should take, but I think that's enough. Okay, there were the UFOs that are damaging us. Now if you step a little bit out of the way, yeah, the other ones come. Okay, great. If we now could just hit a little bit more before these other special attacks are coming. That's the first one. Hit us for an 18, and there's the obelisk down, so we won't get hit by the other one. Alright. Now let's switch on to our mage gear. And let's kill the warden, the Elidinous warden. When he spits out a red skull, it's magic. When he does a normal skull, it's ranged. And we need to fill up the entire bar for him to go down, while there are other specials going on as well. Oh, that's melee attack. That one hurt. And that's a range attack. Okay, we got that one. And of course our spell went away because we brewed down. Okay, lightning is run away for me. We can dodge it if we are really good. But I don't really want to do that at the moment. Okay, he's down. Let's put up our other prayers. And let's do some damage to its core. Okay, not that much damage we could do, but okay. Now we need to do a range damage. Okay, that was much faster. And let's go another round of magic damage. Our magic damage is really lacking. This is going really slow. Okay, down for the third time. Can we kill it entirely now? No, we cannot. But it's a range phase now, so that should be fairly easy to do. We do way more range damage than we do magic damage. Alright, on to the last phase of the fight. The other guardian awakes. And we just need to make sure it doesn't hit us with the 3-tile movement here. Okay, first piece of health. Now we need to make sure these are destroyed as fast as possible to get some damage into the boss and not get damaged ourselves. Now it summons the spirits of one of the bosses we've defeated, and for this we need to pray extra, so this is now getting a little more difficult. Now we have the other one as well. Okay, last phase. Now we just need to make sure to kill everything, dodge all the lightnings, and make sure the floor doesn't get us. Because the arena is shrinking. And there we go. That's the wardens now both killed, and we get a combat achievement to do this once on an entry mode. Let's use the teleport crystal. There are a couple of things we can get from here, most notably the upgrade for the Charis Partisan, which would be amazing to get. And on the other hand, the Thread of Elidinous to upgrade our rune pouch, which would also be amazing. But let's see. 52 minutes of raid, and we get some potato cacti, some gold bars, and some mahogany logs. Okay, that's perfectly fine for a raid level 0. Let's bank it all. And let's get out of here with the spirit. This spirit is Osmumton, the father of the guy where the grave was in the ruins of Lulek. He mentions that the Devourer is now gone, but the malice is still lingering. So if we want to return to keep vanquishing it, we can now do that. So let's leave the Tombs of a Mascot. Our first completion is done. And then we can see all of the demigods we have saved. And then let's talk to Maisa again to tell her the good and the bad news. Or talk to the demigods themselves with a big thank you. The avatars, the demigods are leaving. Maisa will help the demigods into restoring the desert to what it was. And with the Mascot probably going back to Menopause, there are still some things to be figured out. But for now, she gives us an antique lamp for our trouble, and then she departs. Let's rub the antique lamp. We can gain XP in the combat skills. We are very far into our ranged, and I think the melee stats are very easy to train, so I'm going to put it into magic, as there is no prayer. No, there is no prayer, so magic it is. Bam! 50k experience on magic. Half a level added to that. And with that, if we now look to our quest list and we look at Into the Tombs, it is now green. So that means we have finished another mini quest. A mini quest is a task on our spreadsheet. So let's complete it over there and get another chunk. Our first Tombs of a Mascot KC is on the board, and with that we have completed Into the Tombs, our 9th mini quest, and if we actually complete this, we are over halfway for mini quest completed now, and that also brought us up to 279 landmass chunks unlocked in total now. And then back to our map. The last chunk we unlocked was the southeastern part of the Lava Dragon Isle together with Vettian's Rest. So that will be a boss we will do in the near future. Everything else was already unlocked or unlockable. So if we unlock this one, we would also unlock Venanatis. But let's see. We have gotten 4 chunks that were really good, one after the other. Do we start another big train, or do we finally get something that's not that useful? Let's see. Let's pick a chunk. Okay. The last part of Meyerditch. We now are 3 chunks away from completing the entire Mauritania continent, and we still do not have the Paros chunk. A bit stupid if you think about it, but that's how it goes, I guess. A part of Meyerditch is not the worst thing to get. We still have a lot of other things to do, so I'm not that unhappy about that. And that's going to be the end of the episode. I plan to have the quest to unlock the raids and the first run in the same episode, but as you can see we are already almost at 30 minutes now, so it would have been a very long episode. Because of that, we only unlocked 1 chunk this episode and 1 last episode, which is a bit on the low side, but that will change with the next episode, as I won't be showing the raids in detail anymore. This was primarily to see how our gear faces up against these raid bosses. There are still some questions regarding our melee and mage setups, but at least we now know we can complete an entry level raid with our limited gear. I hope to see you all in the next episode, where we will see what unlocks we can receive from the raid, other than completing it once for the mini quest. So for the rest, have a great day and see you all next time.